Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. All right, we're doing things over here. I'm actually getting ready to go to the bank. It's August the 1st. We're budgeting. We're doing all the things that need doing before I need to pop out and go to get all of my cash. Now I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. Did not yawn. What brings on the yawns, y'all? It's this camera. It's the camera every time. All right. For those of y'all joining me for the very first time, my name is Shakima. I am a single mom. I have 4 children. 4 of my children, all of my children no longer live at home full time. However, 2 still live at home. 2 are away. Shamika is 34 years old. Trandon is 28. Sister's 20. Yes, she is. And Jackson is 15. And so, hey, ma'am. And so, with that being said, I'm going to try to get through this live without the dogs barking, but I'm already, yeah, there you go, bark. Hey, y'all. Don't worry, catch the replay. It'll be here. So, with that being said, I'm budgeting for my income, which I don't have any income in the summertime. Share that in a second. I'm trying to share this over to Facebook because last time I budgeted over there, it flagged my video for some reason. So I don't know why it did that, but I'm just going to share the link and then I won't do it live, but they can join me if they want to. So for those of you who have been following me, you already know that, hey, ma'am, how are you? Hey to Toby and Andy. Hey, y'all. Let me share this. To my other, this is to YouTube, Facebook. Okay, I think I got it all now. So the reason I don't have income in the summertime is because I don't work in the summer. I only work 10 months a year. So I know that's a little weird to some people because they're like, well, what do you mean you don't work in the summer? I work 10 months a year from August to May. And then from June and July, I'm off. So I'm off all of June, all of July, in the first 2 weeks of August. And then I go back to work after the first 2 weeks of August. So it's my summer vacation is quickly coming to an end. It's perfectly fine. I love my job. I love what I do. But you're still trying to manage all the things. So because good morning, good to see you. Oh, perfect. Very good. I'm glad to have you. So while we're just jumping in, I don't get a paycheck in the months of June and July. So what I have to do, what my credit union does, and we signed up for this. Oh man, it's been, let me see, I've been in this county 17 years. So it's been a good amount of years, 10, 11 years now. This is what they said. Hey, we're not paying anymore throughout the year. I mean, we're not paying 12 months. We're going to 10 months. So if you want 12-month pay, you're going to have credit union pull it out. So I signed up for it. Then somehow, I don't know how this happened, they changed it back. But I had already been doing this for so long that I was like, well, this is working for me. It was hard in the beginning because I couldn't figure out how I was going to make it all work. But we made it. And so every single month, the credit union pulls out a specific amount of money, puts it in what's called a summer share account. And then in the month of June, I get half. And in the month of July, I get half. I got to check to see if the long guy is out there because mama is acting nuts. So let me pull up the camera because she don't be playing about her yard. she do not be playing. I mean, she flew in that living room like the house was on fire. I don't see Mr. Jerome, but he is going to be here very shortly, but I don't see him at the moment. So it's going to be perfect. So anywho, it says there's somebody outside. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Who is outside of my house at this time of the morning? Oh, that was yesterday. Okay. Anyway, Mr. Jerome is not here yet. Anywho, so they pull out a specific amount of money out of my paycheck every single month. And then that's how I have income in the summer. The reason why that, calm it down, Brenda. Bridget, go to bed. The reason why that's important is because I still have my mortgage in the summer and I still have utilities. So I have to have some type of income or I got to go to work. Now, the reason why I had it done like this as well is because I had a lot of parental guilt. When you are a single parent and you have to work all the time just to pay the regular bills, I was guilty in the summer if I would have had to go and get a second job. So this was my means to be able to make it up to my kids to stay home with them during the summer months, the 10 weeks, to be at home with them so that I wouldn't feel guilty. I just had the credit union pull out enough money so that I could cover my mortgage and I could cover my utilities. This only happens when I am in front of this camera. So anyway, that's how that is going. Now, I was saying the other day, probably last night when I was doing the book study, and I'll be doing that again. This is what I think I'm going to do. Y'all chime in and let me know. I think that when I'm just doing specific Bible study, I'm going to move all of that over to my other channel, just all the Bible study stuff. Good morning, Miss Alwanda. And I'm just going to keep this channel food, budgets, clothes, thrift, all the stuff I normally would do. But all of my teachings will go on the other channel. Now, that does not mean that we ain't going to talk about Jesus over here because that's what we always do. It's still one mom, 2 girls, 2 boys, 8 and all. We doing all that. But I do think that a lot of people that like the teachings would not care if I moved it over there. And it also gives me the opportunity to grow that channel to potentially have income, if that makes any sense. So that would be another stream of income, but I don't have enough viewership over there to have to be monetized. So, you know, potentially if I get enough viewership over there, that would help me be able to monetize. So I'll talk all about that later. I think I'm just going to do a what's happening, what's new video over here on this channel to push everybody over there for the teaching specific, right? And this would just be food, garden, you know, all the budgets, all the stuff I was doing before. But I think it still would be okay. But we still going to talk about Jesus over here, so don't get it twisted. But anyway, I needed to make sure that I could pay all of those types of things. And I think that there are a lot of people like me who have had a single parent guilt. There's not some situations because I don't want to make it sound bad, but I look at my son now, my 15-year-old, and I still have parental guilt over the fact that over the last 15 years, I've not met anyone. I've not found a father figure for my son. And he's missing that part of his life. He's missing that individual that could give him the things I can't give him. I can physically feed him. I can clothe him. I can do all the things. So parental guilt makes you do a lot of stuff, right? And I could go out and work because most people are like, well, if you need more money, Shakima, why don't you go to work? It was that guilt of not being home with my kids. So I sacrificed my money during the 10 months to have enough in the summer months to be at home with my kids. Because for all intents and purposes, all of their growing up, years, I have been out of the home working. They've been in school, but so we all been out the house at the same time. But during the summer, I don't have to worry about work. I simply worry about my kids and what we're doing. Now that they're grown, I mean, I still have it, even though they're grown now. They could care less about anything I'm doing in my life right now. Anywho, I'm going to jump in and share this budget. I've been talking for 10 minutes. Y'all should be like, Shakima, the budget. Get on with it, girl. I just want to share the budget, but I'm trying to find the comments just in case y'all comment so I can see what's happening over here. All right. So this is the last budget of the summer 2024. And I know it's weird because my pay cycles go differently because I don't actually start the beginning of my year until August. Now, there are a couple things that I did not do yet that I have to do. I went on a work trip in July. I have not submitted my reimbursement. And I almost thought about it. I was like, man, well, I'm not even going to worry about submitting my reimbursement. But the devil is a lie because I had to put gas in the car 3 times. Normally, we put gas in the car when we go to, when we pick it up, you can put gas from the county office. But I picked it up on a Sunday. It was closed and nobody put gas in it before I got there. So it was on E. So I had to put gas going. Parked it in the parking garage for a couple of days. I had to pay for that. And then on the way back, I had to put more gas in it coming home twice. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get all my coins back because I had to take that money out of my savings account just to make sure I would have enough money to go. And then I had to eat while I was there and they will reimburse my meals. So I had lunch and dinner for several days. So I'm talking about upwards to the tune of $200+ that I need to get my money back. Listen, there are a lot of times I don't count stuff, but this time I got to count it. So after I finish this video, I'm going to do my form, get it all taken care of, and then I'm going to make sure that I print it. So when I go to work in the next couple of weeks, I can take it with all my receipts because I can't afford to lose that money. I need to put that money back in my savings account and it'll be perfectly fine. Don't give people your money if you don't have to. It's just like debt. Listen. I did what I drove with the car, so it kept me from spending on my miles on my vehicle. But I still drove to go to this summer event that they'll pay for. They will reimburse me, which is very good because a lot of counties don't do it anymore. My county still will reimburse me. So I still need to do that part, get about $200-ish back, maybe a little more, to put in my account. That probably will not come until September because I haven't filled out the paper yet and it's already August the 1st, but I'll get to it. So let me share with you my screen so that you can see kind of what we're dealing with over here. Share the screen. Very good. I use this thing all the time and I'm still looking at buttons like, how do I use this thing? All right. So you all know that I'm using the MYMT personal budget sheet. And this is the sheet that I use all the time. This is the one that I'm have been using now for, I would say, probably the last 5-6 years. I don't even know. So I have several categories, right? I have 3 columns, A, B, and C. This is the MYMT personal budget sheet. I found this online. It's not something I came up with on my own. So my monthly, this should actually say summer share deposit. I thought I had made a new sheet and I can't find it. Any kids child support, I do count that in my budget, but I don't budget for it ahead of time. Any one mom revenue or affiliates, I put that there. And then any unexpected gifts, blessings, funds transfer, etc. That goes on there as well. This one that's blank says travel reimbursements. And the reason I took that out is because typically during the summer, I don't travel for work and you won't actually see that until September. So I'll put it on September. I'll put it on September budget. All right. I'm scrolling down because I have a budgeted column and an actual column. So I've already gotten that transfer in. $1,965 is what I get in June. It's what I get in July. Now, technically, That's all I can budget for. Even in my social media income this month, we did not make enough to pay for all of the things we would normally pay for out of social media income. I don't have the money to fund sinking funds this month. I don't have, or I didn't from my social media. I don't have the money to, I can pay one bill from my social media income, just one of the business expenses. Everything else has got to come out of my money. This is the first time in, I don't know how long, over a year maybe, that I've had to take my actual money to pay for business expenses and sink. Well, last month I did sinking funds as well. But it's getting real different out here in these social media I can make money streets. I do very well on my short form content, but short form content does not bring in money. So I'm going to have to go back to doing long form content. But then doing long form content, you can't figure out what the algorithm is. So my views are very low. I barely get over 1,000 views. That's not enough views to make the money that some people are making. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know I don't know. I just don't know the secret yet. I'm trying. Anyway, God's still making sure that we eat and the bills are paid. I live that life, and that's just how it is. God didn't tell me to quit my job to do social media full time. So I know that, and I keep moving forward. All right. So we're going to slide down. Now, are my expenses for the month. So I have my mortgage at 1,000. My water bill is about 90-ish some dollars, 96, 7, something like that. My internet bill is $92. Now, I don't have cable. I just have internet, so I can do all of this social media stuff. My cell phone bill for myself and Jackson is $96. Now, I pay his cell phone bill up front, and then I will recoup my $50 because his bill is $50 and some change. I'll recoup that when child support comes in, right? So if you ever hear me say, I took a little bit extra out of child support for the grocery store, that's what I'm talking about. I've already paid Jackson's phone bill. And since his dad sends the money, I just say the phone bill is out of that, but it's always due before the money comes, right? So I got to make sure I take care of it. I send that to Shamika. She has us all on a family plan. And so because we're on a family plan, she pays it. We just pay her. Works out perfect. Then I'm going into household repairs. I always make sure that I put something in that fund every month because you never know when stuff gonna break down. You're gonna need to have something repaired, and I don't want to necessarily take it out of my emergency fund. So I have two separate funds. I have an emergency fund for emergencies, and I have a household repair fund for anything that might need to be done in the house, happens in the house, in that type of situation. Miscellaneous, I didn't put anything there for miscellaneous because I don't want to incur any additional expenses. I just had an email come through from an Amazon person wanting me to review some of their furniture. So if I need furniture pieces, I look at my reviews and I'm like, oh, let me see what they got. They got a rug. Oh, they got a table. Oh, okay, you got this. Yeah, I need that. That keeps me from having to spend my funds on those types of things. Okay. Lawn care for Mr. Jerome. He gets $120 because he cuts my grass twice a month at $60 a cut. He did not raise my price this year. He raised it last year. So I'm going to go with it. Then I have recycling, renewal, pest control, and my yearly pest spray. That altogether, it adds to be about $55. Now, my yearly pest spray is coming up at the end of August. And because that's coming up at the end of August, I need to make sure that my sinking fund that I've already been funding all year long is up to $170 because that's how much it's going to cost me to get them to come in and do my yearly, and that's my termite inspection, all that type of thing. I have the bond renewed every 10 years, and then they do the yearly spray inspection every year. So that is being done. Moving down, my Amazon Prime, I pay for that even though I have another friend who gifts me Amazon Prime every year because I order for her, but I'm not counting on anybody or anybody else's money. I always make sure that I put money in my Amazon Prime so when it comes due in January, I can pay it if my friend doesn't gift it to me. She usually does. I don't have any issues, but I want to make sure that I'm able. My PureFlix is $11, which is like the Christian version of Netflix. I do watch it quite often. And then Health Wage Gym, that's my gym, is $29. That's automatic draft out of my checking account. I've been doing this for years now. I'm starting a new challenge today where I'm going to the gym. I'm going to try my best to go to the gym every single day for 365 days. So August 1st, 2024 is the first day of the 365 gym challenge. And I'm going to go every single day. I'm going tonight when Jackson goes to soccer. I'm dropping him off and I'll slide by the gym, do what I got to do, and I'll slide back by and pick him up. Jackson's gym is $42. Now, until you turn 18, you can't join my Health Wage gym situation. But we're very fortunate that the little gym I go to, I can pay $42 a month and Jackson can go to the gym as much as he wants to go. Now, before I was paying for this, it was $10 a visit. So he could only go 4 visits for the $42. So for me, it's just beneficial and advantageous and cost effective to pay the $42, which they take it out in 2 payments of $21. And he can go to the gym every day, twice a day, 3 times a day, whichever, for the whole month. Now, again, Dad sends child support and I can recoup that money out of child support, but you pay it in advance. Works out fine. My federal and state taxes is a sinking fund for anything that I do as social media. I do not, at this current point, put any money in there because I'm never sure what it's going to be. So I leave it blank, but I always put money into that account. It's 15% of whatever I make. I think I put $54 in the account in July. I think it was $54. All right, Jackson has a high school clothing activity funds, sinking fund. This is also funded by his child support. Whenever Dad sends in child support, I take the first $50 of the month and I put it in that account. That generally, when I was saving $50 every month for the school year for curriculum when I was doing homeschool, what it did, hey ma'am, it's good to see you. It usually ended up being about $600. So that's the amount of money that I can deal with having Jackson to get clothing, shoes, and all that. Well, Jackson grows and he has grown and doesn't look like he's going to stop growing until he's 21 years old. So shoes have to be incurred, tennis shoes, new pants. Jackson's waist now is bigger than my waist. He is a 32. I'm a 30. And so I might even be a little bit, I'm a size 10. And so now Jackson has to continually get clothes. I think he's a 32, or he might be a 32, 34. I can't remember. But now, I've got to make sure that I account for that. I may have to put a little more money in there. I may have to bump that up to $75 because just at the beginning of the school year, which I still have another 5 weeks before he goes back to school. No, 4 weeks. He has to have new cleats because he has a hole in his cleats. He has to have new tennis shoes, new regular everyday shoes, and then at least 3 to 4 pairs of pants, a couple shirts, because we got a couple we can kind of make do with over the next few weeks until I get my supplement in October. So I've got to make sure that I have enough for him. So I always put $50 in his account. Again, like I said, I may have to put $75 in there just so that I will have extra. Or each week this month, I may have to take out extra $25 each week to make sure that I have enough to get him started for the school year. If tradition holds, for the last couple years, Dad has always sent a pair of tennis shoes or money to buy them. And he's always sent his book bag. So we'll see. He hasn't talked about it. I haven't talked to him, but he hasn't said anything. The kids haven't said anything. So I'm not real sure. If his money allows, I'm sure he'll do it. If it doesn't, he won't, and it'll be fine. New laptop or new camera sinking fund is $20. Now, if I ever need money, just random money from anywhere, I'm always going to take it from this fund. But when I look at my situation, I've got to have a new laptop. I've got to have a new laptop. I don't even have to have a new camera. I got to have a new laptop. And I think it's time for me to upgrade my cell phone. So I'll get a new camera just from upgrading my cell phone, but I have to have a new laptop. So I've got to save money in this category. And I won't be able to take it out of my supplement money, because that's my October supplement money is when I use what I use for Christmas. So I've got to figure that part out. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate, because who did not? Oopsie. Laptop. Very good. Look at y'all. Very good. Thank you so much. Appreciate. All right, moving forward. So that's a sinking fund. Now, here's the thing. Because my income, my social media income is not there, and it's not going to be there next month, as far as I can tell at the moment. Sinking funds, sometimes I have to set aside my sinking funds to make sure that all of my regular bills are paid. Now, this cannot be. I've got to get moving on this earning income thing, right? So again, I'm vlogging today. So you'll get a video at some point. I've got a grocery haul to go out. My grocery hauls always do really good. And then I'm going to be doing a couple of different little challenges and series. So the first challenge is going to be the workout everyday challenge. I'm doing the Every Bit Counts challenge with Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead for foodstuffs. And then I'm also going to be doing a 30-day declutter challenge. So there's a couple challenges happening in August, but I'm going to try to film all of that so that it gets me some more traffic over to the channel. Monthly food, of course, there's no monthly groceries because I saved up money from the summer grocery budget. I still have money for that. I don't sync summer grocery budgets in the summertime, and there are no monthly preps this month, but we're getting back to preps next month in September. Eating out, holidays, and entertainment, I don't have anything coming up, so I just haven't put anything there. Moving down, personal care. Jackson gets 2 haircuts, so I'm going to make myself a note here. This is for Jackson, 2 haircuts, and he will need 2 haircuts. He needs a haircut right now, and then he will probably get a haircut right before school starts. So $60 for Jackson. Now, I still need to get my nails done, and I have not allocated any money to get my nails done. I'm going to leave it out for now because I'm probably going to be good for the next 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and we'll see if anything comes in. If I need to go back and recoup some of the monies that I've already spent out for Jackson, then just to get a regular fill-in is about $25-$30. So I can recoup that if I need to get my nails done. I don't want to go to work looking real raggedy and trashy, but I got them done for the pastor's conference. And so that's done. I think I got a couple more weeks that I can go without getting my nails done. My sinking fund for my post office box is $17. I always make sure to do that because that's where I get all of my brand stuff sent to my post office. And then I pick it up from there. Clothing, I'm not putting anything in there. It begins today, August 1st. And our first challenge is going to be to clean out our purses. That's day 1, is to clean out your purse. So it's a short one. So that's why I don't have it filmed out already. But I will be filming it after I run my errands today. And I'm going to be cleaning out my little crossbody bag. So this will be what I'm working on today. Today's challenge is clean out your purse. Clothing, I'm not paying for because I still have several clothing reviews that I'm doing. I have something I'm waiting on right now to come. And then I have, I keep getting offers for clothing. So as long as I'm getting those offers, I'm going to keep doing those. As long as I keep getting offers to do clothing, I'm just going to do those. So it keeps me from having to spend money on clothing. Doctor and dentist, I don't have any. I do have a doctor's appointment. I do, with my lifestyle coach. Was supposed to see her last month. She was out sick. So I'm actually going to see her this month on the 9th. And I really do hope she is pleased with the progress that I've made in my weight loss journey. So I've gained like 4 or 5 pounds, lost 4 or 5 pounds, gained 4 or 5 pounds, lost 4 or 5. But I'm maintaining consistently at the current weight that I am. You're welcome. Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to have it. It'll be a reel. It won't be a video, but it'll be a reel. And I'll post it here. So you should be able to see it. So, one of the things that my friend was telling me last night, she said, Shakima, remember that muscle weighs more than fat. So when I go to the gym, I do not have time to be cardio. That's not my line of defense. However, doing the everyday 365 a year challenge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my rest days, I'm just going to do the treadmill. That'll be my cardio. That'll be my rest day, would be cardio. But every other time I'm at the gym, I'm doing weights. I don't have time to be on the elliptical. I don't enjoy cardio at all. I enjoy weight training. I don't want to weight train to the point where I'm building massive muscles. I just want to weight train to the point where I'm keeping my fat at bay. So anywho, but I don't have to pay for a copay for her. I don't have any supplements this month because I got supplements last month. Now I use supplements for digestion. So I use like a colon cleanse type of thing. It's not a colon cleanse type of thing, but I have to have something for digestion. Even drinking as much water as I drink every single day, it is still a challenge to digest. I think that has something to do with my grandfather. He had he couldn't digest. My son don't digest well. My older son, I don't digest well. My mother had lactose problems. Shamika's lactose intolerant. She is lactose intoleration, period. So I think there's just something that I'm not aware of. So I usually do a supplement. Mama, it's got to be Mr. Jerome now because she acting out. Oh, very good. Very good. Mama. She out there breathing hard. It got to be Mr. Jerome. She does not like anybody in her personal space, yard area, nothing. So anyway, no supplements. For recreation, vacation, I usually put $50 there. So I'm going to put it there now. That is one of those funds that I don't have to fund, but I have a pastor friend who is being installed and they are opening up a new church building. And that is in Virginia. I do have to stay overnight because it's in a evening service and it's about a 4-hour drive, a little bit less than 4 hours. And so I do plan to do that. That's in September, but I got to save up for it, right? So I will put that there. But if for some reason I'm running short on money, I will not fund that at all. I'll just leave it blank and prayerfully the money will come in for the ministry and I'll be able to have ministry money to go for that. Going to San Antonio totally wiped out my ministry account because when you count hotel, rental car, flight, food, offering, my whole ministry account is wiped out. And so I'm building back again the ministry account, which is fine. The Lord told me to have it for that reason. I'm glad I had it, right? So now I do have a speaking engagement in December that I know I'm going to, but I don't have anything else on the books as of yet. But you always pray that the Lord will open up doors, and it is what it is, and it'll be what it'll be. All right. Jackson gets $100. Now, one of the things that was really important to me, and I got to go back up here and put in some money here for the dogs. What's really important to me is that because Jackson gets child support, I want to make sure that I put a little something aside for him every month for himself. He is not allowed to spend any of that money until he turns 18. Well, it's his money. Yes, but Jackson would spend all of his money at the grocery store. So because Jackson is not a good financial manager, I manage his money. I'm supposed to use child support to take care of the needs of the child. That would include rent, lights, water, food, all those things. Because I work, I take care of all of those things. I do fill in with the child support, but I do save for him. And so because I save for him, then I'm saving that until he turns 18 or he moves out, whichever one first. And I want him to be able to either put it towards his college, because I do not do saving for college. Baby step number 5, I do not do that one. My kids gonna have to, they got to figure that part out. Or he can buy a car like sister bought with her money I saved. I didn't save as much for sister because I didn't get the child support till after she was already older. And we were out of debt. I could actually save because way back when I needed to help pay bills. Now I don't. So I'm saving for Jackson, and then, or whatever he wants to do. If he wants to put a down payment on a house, he'll have enough money there to have something to work with. So I like to say that for all of my single moms who are getting child support, even if it's nothing but $10 a month, put something aside for your kids. If you calculate up how many months they're going to get child support, between now and the time they're done, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have they'll have something in there. All right, for the dogs, I got to go today and buy dog food. They have not been fed today because I ran out of dog food yesterday and I didn't go to get dog food. But I told the kids to make them some rice and they forgot. So I'm going to get dog food today. It should be less than $70 for dog food. And we buy a big thing for them to share. They use the same food now that Gwen is a year old, so she can eat the same as mama. And I just buy one bag now. Before I was buying 2 separate bags because we were getting puppy food and dog food. They're both dogs, so they get the same. And then, but Gwen has a doctor's appointment. She has a doctor's appointment for her yearly checkup. It's about $140. So that's going to make the dogs go up to $240. So I've got to count for that. We still have never recuperated from taking mama to the emergency vet when that other dog bit her. That owner did not pay anything towards my vet bill. And it was upwards of about $500, $600 that I had saved in her account. And it was, it was just what it was. And so because of that, I'm still having to recoup from that. I'm trying to figure out what in the world people are doing. It'd be a lot of people out here just doing a lot of stuff on social media, and people really need to find something else to do. Something else to do. Like a lot. Okay. Anyway, social media can bother you if you let it. And sometimes it bothers me. All right, let's finish this up. Gas. Oh, I was going to make an adjustment to my gas because I needed to make this adjustment. I'm still not back at work yet, y'all, but the Lord answered a prayer that I had. So I have 3 schools that I work at. One school is 25 minutes away. One school is about 15 minutes away. And one school is about 6 minutes away. My office is at my 15-minute away school. So when I don't have a class, I go to that office. Well, my office got moved. My office is now at my 6-minute away school. So I'm not going to have to be driving as much or as far on the days I don't have classes, and I can just go to my office. So because I'm still not back in school yet, I'm going to take $50 away from here. I'm going to make that $150, which will give me $30 a week, which is enough for gas, just around, because sister drives herself now. And we only go to church 2 days a week, which is in town. So that's not a problem. So I'm local driving, but that $50, I was going to use it for something. And I can't remember what I was going to use it for. What were you going to use that $50 for, Shakima? I don't remember, but I had a plan. Can't remember. Oil change, $20. My taxes are due in September. which means I will have to have a car inspection before I get my tax, before I pay my taxes and get my tag in September. But I still have all of August to worry about that. I have to get it done in August, but I have time enough to get it done. My tires, because my tag does not run out until August. I have until, let me see, they sent me the bill. I have until, when do I have to pay this by? When is it due by? September 30th. So I have until September 30th to pay my taxes and get my tag, my inspection for my tag. So I got about 8 weeks before this is going to be due. So that gives me still another 8 weeks because I save up money for my registration and my taxes. I save up money for that. And so, yeah, that'll be perfect. Oh, I'm telling you, that blessed my spirit. At first, I was feeling the type of way because I felt like there was some underhandedness going on, but whatever. You know, it's closer to work. It's closer to home. I'm right there. Amen. Score win for Shakima. So tires and repairs for the car, anything I need to have done on the car. I got to have a front end alignment, I think, done. I had a belt changed the last time I took my car in, and that I took that money out of this sinking fund right here. So it's for repairs on my tires, $16. My license, renewal, registration, car insurance, I paid $90, I believe, out of social media money. It's still not enough to cover. So $25 I still need to add, and I'll add it out of this money. Moving down, I do not tithe in the summer. I do not, I didn't put any savings in there, although I would like to save $600 at least for this month. That puts me right at $2,956, which is about $1,000 more than what I already made so far this month. But, you know, child support will come in. If I take the $600 out, I'm now back at $2,300, which is only about $400 less than what came in. So that can easily be recouped at some point. However, couple of things, if I had more income come in on my social media, I would not have the water bill, I wouldn't have the internet, I wouldn't have my cell phone. Those couple of pieces would not be included in this budget. But because our income is where it was, that's why I have to take care of it out of this paycheck, which is fine. So that is the budget for the month at current, how it stands now. I don't know what's gonna, what all is gonna come in and be due, within the next little bit or whatever, but that's fine. I'm not worrying about it. It is what it is. I just know that I need to do something to increase my income. My assets are not what they need to be at the moment. Now, imagine if I had debt on top of all the stuff you saw there. This is how people get over their heads. And I have several sources of income coming in, right? They trickle in sometimes or whatever the case is, but I do have income coming in. If I had debt, there would be no way. I would be credit card maxed out. I would be all the things, borrowing from from different people, my sister or whomever. So that's one of the reasons why debt freedom is so important, because when you find yourself in a tight place, everything that has to be covered is covered. I'm going to pay all my bills. I'm going to run to the bank very quickly, get all my cash out, and then I'll come back, sit here and pay bills. But I'm thankful that I'm not running into, I have debt to pay off, which is a blessing in Jesus' name. So anywho, y'all, that's my budget for the month. I do pray that you get your budgets done. It is important. It is very important, most important, that when you are out here in these streets trying to get your family, yourself and your family to a better situation, that you take a hard look at the numbers And the only method I have to make income at this point, short of going outside of my house to work, is to work my socials. So that's what I got to do. It's what I'm going to be doing over the next little bit. I'm actually canning today. Yay, peaches are on sale. So I'm going to be canning some peach jam and probably some peach jelly. But canning is a thing that I'm going to be doing today. I haven't done my grocery haul yet, so you'll get that grocery haul tomorrow because I haven't been to the grocery store yet. I had some stuff to do yesterday and I didn't get out. But I'm going to do that today. And so you'll see all of that. Do expect some more videos, but if you would do me a favor, if you would please like the videos or don't like them, either a thumbs up or down, we still get credit for it. It just helps push out into the algorithm for us, which is what we need. I'm still working on how to do my titles. I probably need to work on my thumbnails a little bit. That might help us. I don't know, but I don't want to put clickbait titles just to get people to come here. I've always wanted people here that wanted to be a part of this community. I could put a sad face, single mom, single Black mom, and of course you're going to get views, but I don't want views I want you to be here authentically if you want to be here. If not, I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. But again, I still have to, I got to have income. So, that's kind of how we're going to be looking at things over the next 90 days to see that we can get our income moving. We do have the numbers. I was at 55,000, but a few have unsubscribed or whatever the case is. So make sure you're subscribed because I have people get unsubscribed all the time. Anywho, I got to go run to the bank. The bank is open now. And so I want to do all of that. It's the best as we could get it for right now. I always expect the Lord to show up with a blessing with my name on it. Whether that means he's put it on somebody's heart to bless us, or he's given me another opportunity to make money. I do have a couple brand deals out there that are paid deals that I'm waiting to finish up and get that recoup that income. And so we'll see what happens. But as of now, I got to run. And so if they come through, it'll definitely help us in the business expense department, which I'll actually just put it in for next month's expenses. So there's about 3 deals I have out here that I'm waiting for to be paid out. One I haven't filmed yet because my stuff hadn't come. But one, I'm still working on a video. Well, I've done a couple shorts. I've done more shorts than what I was supposed to do. So I'm still just waiting to see what the deal is on that. But anywho, and then I did one deal and they did not pay. So it's just different out here in these streets. I'm trying to work out the business part because it's not my best forte, but I cannot afford anymore to just keep doing a lot of gratis work. And then a lot of the videos that they want you to do now are on commission, but you only make money if somebody buys the product. You didn't count for my time, right? So I don't make any money for my time. You want me to sell your product, and I just can't do a lot of that anymore. It's just not one. I enjoy doing the videos, but we're all out here trying to make a living these days. So anywho, I got to go to the bank. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciate you. We will see you the next time I have income, because I'm going to go back to just doing vlogs on all the income that comes in. So you'll see a lot, but they'll be live. You'll see a lot more stuff come in because I don't have time to film. So that's just how it has to be. Love you guys. Let me know what you think about me moving my preaching stuff. I'll put a thing on the community tab. Okay. Love y'all. See you next